Don't forget to watch us. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. Don't forget, too, that Attorney General Lynn Fitch, she's inviting you to the inaugural Mississippi Women's Summit on Monday. That's August the 19th at the Oxford Convention Center. Plus, the gala show will be there as well as they celebrate the strength and potential of Mississippi women. If you'd like to learn more about that in this free event, you can register at attorneygenerallynnfitch.com/women's summit. And joining us in the studio are two ladies who are up to some really good things in the community. We got Miss Beth Hennington. She's the Vanillin, which you are not. I think, and you don't need to change your name at all. You made that, but like the Vanillin makes you sound like, like a villain, but you are absolutely not. You're always up to some really cool things, and you've been named the 2024 Ambassador for Good for the Salvation Army Jackson. And joining you is Miss Major Bethany Delaney. So welcome, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
I'm going to get you to come a little bit closer and then grab that mic a little bit towards you. Thank you, Bethany. All right, this is pretty cool. So I'm start with you, Major Delaney. How do you guys pick your Ambassador for Good each year with the Salvation Army?
Well, we want someone who's already doing a lot of good in the community and someone also that understands and supports the mission of the Salvation Army and someone that can help us spread the word about what's being done, what needs to be done, and how other people can help.
And Beth, I know you've been connected with the Salvation Army for a while now, doing some really good things, helping to put on their Super Bowl event and other things. Yeah. But I don't know your story behind the connection. How, Beth, did you, I think everybody or most folks would say they know the Salvation Army, at least heard of it, at least know the Red Kettles. But when did you really start to connect with them as an organization and the good that they were doing?
About 3 years ago when they started, I noticed the events that they were having, and volunteering is something near and dear to my heart, and especially like the flight to the North Pole with these kiddos. Something about kiddos, it's so magical. But then it's like, you connect the red kettlebells and the ringing to the Salvation Army, and I've always known that. But it was amazing to me all the other things that are done through the Salvation Army. I mean, literally an army of people doing so much good,
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a no-brainer for you.
Absolutely a no-brainer.
So, Major Delaney, I think you probably hear that a lot. It's like, we know that they're out with the red kettlebells coming up Christmas season, which we would welcome the cooler weather right now. I think everybody would be really excited to hear kettlebell. I mean, the red bell's sort of ringing right now. But that's not the only time of year that y'all are out. You are out, as she mentioned, all through the year. What is it you wish people knew that the Salvation Army did on a daily basis?
Well, and I mean, the Red Kettlebell is really not just something we do. It's a fundraiser to support the work that we do year round. And so that's one of our major fundraisers. But all year round, we have a shelter available for homeless men and women, 365 days a year, an 85-bed shelter to provide food and shelter and assistance for people. We help with rent assistance. We have our thrift store. That's another way that people can donate to us and help us raise the funds that goes back into supporting these programs as well. We have youth activities that are like, we run a summer day camp for a lot of times families that can't afford other programming for their children. We do free music lessons for children, which are starting our first one tonight for the school year. And we have a summer camp that we send kids away for a week for kids from all over Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi, where they can get away for a week and have swimming and activities, sometimes learn music or other things. So we're trying to help people not only get out of poverty situations, but also situations to prevent people from entering poverty all the way from youth to adults. We have a Pathway of Hope program, which is an intensive case management program to end generational poverty. So we walk alongside a smaller number of families, but more intensively with helping with their bill management, doing classes to help them actually end this cycle that a lot of people just get stuck in.
Right. So you're with the Salvation Army of Jackson. Are Salvation Armies in all the communities throughout Mississippi, or is it more of a regional kind of setup?
There's Salvation Armies in 134 countries in the world.
Okay, so y'all are everywhere.
International organization. So we have approximately 30 main branches throughout Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi. That's our division. And then there's others. So any major city, most likely, there's a Salvation Army serving in some sort of capacity.
So, and even though obviously, well, when we do the kettlebells or when you do the fundraising, does that work, the money raised then stay within the community to give back to that particular community?
Yes, each fundraising effort is local. The money that's raised locally stays locally, and so when you see the Salvation Army as a national organization on news and stuff, we don't do like national fundraisers. Everything we do for Jackson metro area stays in Jackson and our surrounding 6 counties that we serve.
And I think that's important too for those listening to Good Things during those holiday times, wherever you are in the state, when you see the red kettlebell or you see the opportunity to give, knowing that when you drop that, whatever you feel led to drop in, it's going right back in to help your brothers and sisters within your own community. Always just makes it nice to sort of know that you know where it's going to. All right, Beth, as the ambassador for good, what do you do for the next year?
Well, it's
You
not
need
just
a
for the next
crown,
year, it's for
although
all
not a crown, it's the other hat.
Giving back, some of my favorite things to do are obviously in the kitchen because I love to cook. Miss Johnny that's in the kitchen at the Salvation Army cooks for the Center of Hope residents. Last year, playing minute to win it games with the residents of the Center of Hope that was really fun. That was a lot of fun. Anything that we do, whether it's volunteering to help at an event that's there, the Salvation Army Women's Auxiliary is a group of women that we get together and we consider ourselves the Army behind the Army. So we come back and do things throughout the year, fundraisers that we do to help support them or anything that's going on at the Salvation Army. Like the thrift store. Just shopping at the thrift store is some of the finds. I'm here to tell you. That's you need to go there weekly just to see what comes in because you would not believe the things that come through that store. It's a lot of fun to just treasure hunt there.
Where's it located here in the metro area?
It's on Presto Lane, 110 Presto Lane in Jackson.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I know tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is the official Ambassador for Good Day, August the 15th, the Major Delaney. So what makes that day stand out in terms of the way y'all will celebrate it or acknowledge it?
Well, and that's something I think it's specific to our region. The Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi division has just chosen that day to kind of focus in on our community and the way people are already giving back and highlight those that are serving and ways that other people can serve and join us. So it's just a day that we kind of picked and said, let's pick this day. A lot of nonprofits, summer's a low time as far as fundraising and income and even sometimes volunteering. So it's a good day as school gets back in session and everything and everyone starts getting to their normal routines to say, hey, don't forget, as you're planning your year out and as you're looking at things, don't forget to give back and look at some way that you can get involved in your community and be an ambassador for good on your own.
I know part of that Army, Salvation Army, is volunteers.
Yes.
So, you got students that are just going back in for their junior, senior, sophomore years of high school, and they have to get those volunteer hours. Also, parents should know that volunteer hours is a great way to get money in terms of going to college, in terms of scholarships. Not that you should volunteer just for money, but hey, sometimes teenagers need to be encouraged, and you need to know about those things. Is that something 17, 18-year-olds have a place or opportunity to volunteer with the Salvation Army?
Yes, we do allow high school students and even sometimes young people, like children, there's different ways that they can get involved and help out in various ways. We have a volunteer coordinator, so if someone wants to go to either our website at salvationarmyjackson.org, they can put in a thing to volunteer. There's a little link that you just click on and that goes to our volunteer coordinator and they just say what they're interested in. Or sometimes we'll put out on our Facebook, our social media, we've got an event coming up if anyone wants to help out with this. Whether it's helping pack the bags for the families we're assisting at Christmas with toys. We're packing for over 1,000 children what they ask for at Christmas and what people are donating and checking off the list, and it takes a lot of people, and that's something that's pretty simple for a high school student to come and help out with, and it's something that's very rewarding for a lot of people. So there's seasonal things, there's year-round where we have at the thrift store or the food pantry, they can help sort the clothes and help move stuff around there, or they can come in the food pantry and help pack the bags for the families that are coming in for food assistance. So there's plenty of
it.
opportunities.
And there's tons of it, like just playing off what you said, those for students, that's great. But I have a lot of people ask me, how can I help? What can I do? I physically am not able to come pick up boxes or lift bags or move things. But so you can donate $5, as little as $5 a month, and you can donate monthly at our website, and that helps. Every little bit helps.
And what's that website, Beth?
You need to ask.
It's www.salvationarmyjackson.org.
Make sure you put in the Jackson part, or your
Yes.
local Salvation
That's
Army
right.
that's in any other part
Yes,
of
and
the
when you
state.
donate, make sure you're
Check
also making sure that it says to Jackson, because sometimes there's the drop box
Yep.
for our whole region, and you want it to go to Jackson.
You want it to go to your hometown. I love that.
Right.
Thank you, lady. Congratulations, Beth.
Thank
Keep
you.
doing good.
Thank
You guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.
Okay.